Hello and welcome to Cultivating Presence, our last content drop for the week. So presence is really about one's ability to be fully engaged in the experience they're having. And there's a few things that can take us out of being present. For example, stress and mind dominance. So stress, obviously, with the activation of the body and the nervous system, pushing our awareness to the outside, making us more reactive, less of our energy being within the body and within the mind. And ultimately, that's really my perspective of where a lot of our presence can come from. Because when you're anchored into these points within you, because that's where a deeper sense of well-being and really your true self is found. So let's say if you can be in a higher degree of well-being, then automatically you're going to be more present. Now, the other thing that does factor into that is, like I said, mind dominance. So let's say mind dominance is when you've not been present and the mind's taken over control. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, where in this state, the mind seeks stimulation. So it might just automatically be going to your phone and then to social media, and you get yourself caught scrolling, or you're actually researching something, you're looking on the computer and you go down a rabbit hole and it just takes you deep into that. And you kind of go to sit back and then you're like, no, I've got to look up this other thing. And to me, that would be mind dominance, where instead of being able to be present with the moment, your mind is perpetually seeking more stimulation. So that and stress definitely are two hindrances to cultivating presence. Ultimately, anything that you can allow yourself to cultivate well-being, to sit in stillness, to bring awareness to your own patterns of mind and body, and intentionally connect with yourself and your experience, that is going to cultivate presence. So I remember one time I was working up in the mines and I'd gone through this process completely organically, driving the truck and just seeing what I could forgive myself for. And I noticed as I went deeper into it, there was a feeling in my chest that started to create a deeper level of warmth spreading throughout the body. And I went through this process for several hours, hundreds of things I was forgiving myself for. So much so that not another thing could come up. And when I was walking around the mine site, I had the most incredible amount of presence that I've ever experienced. It was like I was literally like looking out of my eyes the first time and really seeing everything, really just completely engaged. I was walking past people and just really connecting and smiling. And it was a really beautiful experience. So it got me realizing being really at the forefront of your consciousness is presence, and then being retracted within yourself and maybe focusing on thoughts or being distracted by sensations, emotions, whatever it may be, can really take us out of that state of presence. So what I'd like you to do now, wherever you are, close your eyes down, bring your awareness to your breath. And imagine yourself cultivating a sense of presence. So you're becoming fully immersed with your body, your mind, the sensations within, bringing awareness to all the feelings, accepting them, and then feeling yourself as a whole. And then bringing your awareness to outside of you, taking in all the sounds, the smells, the feels, and accepting this as a whole. And then breathing in and letting go of any tension. And then feeling the duality of yourself and the external, and then allowing them to merge into one. Becoming present with what is, feeling yourself melt into complete existence. And with any luck, that gave you a feeling of presence. So really, it can be that simple, just to create some space for you to connect with yourself, your external, with all. And that, done several times a day, optimally, will really create a baseline of presence that you can carry throughout your life. And if ever you become aware that you're too caught up in the external, just try and bring a bit of focus back to the internal. I'll leave you with some reading to do, and I'll see you next week for the final week for spiritual alignment.